Hello and welcome to Insight Indonesia, brought to you by the Jakarta Globe. I'm your host, Lynn Newman. This morning, sex. Okay, now that I've got your attention, we're with Zoya Amirin, who is billed as Indonesia's only licensed sexologist, and she does a variety of things related to clinical psychology and helping people with their sexuality. I'm delighted to have Zoya with us today. See, I know that if I say sex, everybody, even if they're in the kitchen, they're gonna
they were like, okay, what?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Something on TV I want to see.
Interesting.
Anyway, let's start, Zoya, by asking you what after all is a sexologist?
Indonesia actually has so many sexologists. There's Dr. Michael Tobing, Professor Wimpi Pangkaila, and there's so many others. But I'm the only sexual psychologist. It means I'm the only sexologist with a psychological background.
I see. So you actually know, so what you know is what the psychology of sex.
Yeah, the psychology of sex. Most likely, when you learn about hormonal and stuff, there's more. It's not really my side. I'm just more talking about like the behavior of sexuality.
Okay, so you're not selling jamu, for example.
Oh no, for sure.
Because that's what a lot of people associate. Well, yes, I'm having a sex problem. I'll go get some jamu.
The thing with jamu, sometimes people can get confused with jamu or some blue pill. You know, by if I'm not capable of having a sexual intercourse.
That's kind of a touchy subject with somebody my age, you know, the blue pill. But
actually, really touchy. You're very sensitive, though. But the thing with blue pill, if you if you don't have the desire of having sex, the appetite, even you drink like 10 or 1,000 of blue pill, it's not gonna get you erect anyway.
Oh my goodness! But it will give you a heart attack probably if you take that many, I would think.
Heart attacks? Not really. It's not really that side effect, though.
How did you become? How does one become a sexologist, a clinical sexologist?
Sexologist. I become a sexual psychologist because
so sexual psychologist is the right term. Okay,
yeah.
I want to get that right.
Because there's many lack of information while I grown up. I only learned from my mother. We're talking a lot of things about sex, like my first kiss, what kind of boyfriend, is at what age I can, it's okay for me to dating and stuff. But when I grow up, there's a lot of things that my mom cannot answer it for me again until I'm in a class with Professor Sarlito Wirawan Sarwono at University of Indonesia. We have a sexual psychology class. There's only like 5 or 6. And the many things in my head that I try to answer while I'm teenagers until I grow up. I almost get married at that time, and I understand a lot of things like, wow, there's a sexologist, there's a sex therapist, there's a lot of myth. I just understand that's only a myth, and I find out the fact and a lot of stuff, and I say like, wow, what if women have problem and nobody can answer it? And by having so many myths that I hear when I grow up and when I about to become a sexologist, nobody will really understand it, even the psychologist. Or some of the doctor who understand this kind of biology.
Well, and of course, it's a huge part of human behavior. It's a great. People go to war, kill each other, and do all kinds, they commit corruption and all kinds of things because of their sexual desires. And it's such a part of human life that it's interesting that it's something that people generally think you can't talk about.
Exactly. In Indonesia, either you not talk about it or you talk very vulgar about it, right?
Of course,
it's like they're bragging about something, saying it too much, or they just like, shh, don't talk about it at all, you know.
Good girls don't talk about it, I suppose.
Kind of, but
and guys talk too much.
Yeah, guys talk too much. So either between this extreme, I think people need to know. People need to be more well-informed about sexuality. If not, you're not just going to have, how to decide something when you actually not well-informed about anything that I'm going to choose this or this kind of behavior or doing this without all the information.
So what are some of the things that you do? What are some of your professional activities as a...
My professional activity, first of all, is giving sex education. Sex education, I can having a talk show. Like this, I can give sex education to you right now, right?
Please do. There must be something I missed.
So on the sex education, I can give it during seminars, talk show, private counseling. Most likely, private counseling, it will work with couples with a very specific problems. And some common problems, for instance, like myth and fact, I can give it through like seminars or talk show.
So you give seminars to couples sometimes, and also in schools, right? You talk to you go and talk to high school kids and answer their questions. And do they are they willing to ask questions? Are they open enough?
For university or college student, they more brave than a high school student. High school student or junior high, usually they write me a letter. There's so many letters to me and asking about what if, how far is too far? Miss Zoya, how far is too far? What if I want to please my girlfriend or boyfriend? And I was so impressed, and he's just only 16, 17.
Which means they're probably flying in the dark and they want a little information.
Exactly. So it's about time, parents, you know, by not talking about sex, it's not going to save your kids by not having a high-risk sexual behavior. So it's about time that you really have to talk to your kids, because
I think
asking...
experience teaches it, does it not, that once people start having sex, chances are they're going to continue to keep having sex for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. Yeah, most likely.
So once it starts, it's going to keep on, so they better know what they're doing.
That's the thing. When some student, I remember that earlier today, that some of a student asking me like, I think she's and he's like around 17, and they're asking me like, why people were so serious about sex? Why we cannot have sex? Why we cannot have a premarital sex? Don't talk about sins, Ms. Zoya, okay? Why?
I'm gonna have to stop you right there. When we come back, we're gonna answer the question, why can't people have sex? With Zoya Amirin. You're on Inside Indonesia. Please stay with us.